Hello and welcome to The Hero Spouse. I'm Kenda Ruth, here to answer one of your questions about marriage and midlife crisis. Today we have an anonymous female left behind and forward-moving spouse. Her bomb drop is May 8th of 2022. She has a date of marriage of 2011. She has a clinging boomerang who is a low-energy wallower. She says that my husband moved out in August of 2022. Since then until now, which is mid-December, he's shown more and more positive signs. At this point, he comes around to our house almost daily to hang out with me on his lunch hour, sometimes to hang out with our daughter, who's 5. He spends most weekends hanging out for hours. We laugh, we joke, we have great conversations as long as it doesn't touch the topic of us or anything personal or emotional. I don't bring it up anymore. I learned that all I get is, I don't know. He seems highly depressed most of the time, and he looks terrible. I know it's like a mental illness, and that I know I shouldn't bring anything up, but sometimes I wonder. Just like with an addict, wouldn't you at least once try to have a talk and suggest that they need help, therapy, trauma help, something? He sometimes asks what I think or what I do in therapy, like he's looking for help, but he doesn't want to ask for it. Would trying to bring it up at least once maybe... Hold on, there's something in the way. Would maybe be the push that some need. So let me read that last sentence one more time. Would trying to bring it up at least once not maybe be the push some need. I don't know if we need the not in there. So you're kind of asking is, would an intervention work? At least sometimes. Yeah, sure. So I have different ideas about the don't have personal conversations, don't talk about relationship, all of that, than others. I think it's good advice. The problem with it is that it's general advice, and general advice is absolute, and it shouldn't be, because we are not all the same. So what works for you isn't going to work for somebody else, and maybe that general advice fits 90%. Or 95 or 99% of situations. Or maybe that general advice fits those situations 95% of the time. But there might be a window where you can try it. So yeah, I don't have a problem with you trying it as long as you know what you're doing and you go in, not with an expectation, but with an understanding that the probability might be that either it could backfire, it won't work, or it won't do these things, or that you might only get a little bit. It might not do what you want. You're planting seeds, and it's okay. But before you do that sort of thing, write out a script of what you're going to do and say. And the other thing that is better is to wait for him to do something, such as he has asked you about your counseling. So he kind of started the conversation. You're not initiating the conversation. When he's on that, talk about your therapy then. Answer his questions to the best of your comfort. So if there's something you didn't want revealed, then don't. But talk about your therapy. Ask him, yeah, are you interested in trying it? And maybe he'll close off and no. That's okay. And just reaffirm, that's okay, but here's what it's like for me, or here's why I'm doing it. And I'm not doing it because I'm broken. I'm doing it because I'm hurting, and I'm trying to find out how to help myself heal. What kind of things can you tell him that helps him feel safe with therapy? Now, that doesn't mean he's going to go. And let's say you had a conversation, and oh my gosh, he accepts the conversation from you. Let's say that. That doesn't mean that the next part, actually attending therapy or getting the help, is going to work for him. It doesn't mean he's going to be active and motivated on that level of it. But maybe he'll accept it from you, maybe he won't. Or maybe he'll accept it from you, and next week or next year, he'll turn it against you. And you have to figure out, was it the right thing to do anyway? Sometimes you do the right thing, and it doesn't mean they're going to accept it or like it. So there's nothing wrong with suggesting, but it is going to be better accepted and just better, a better suggestion when it is more organic, which is when he's already talked about it a little bit. When you're already in a conversation that might be steering in that direction. And especially if he's asking you about your therapy, that is an opening. It doesn't mean that he's going to be accepting of going to therapy. It means he is receptive to hearing about it right now. And that's okay. These are seeds we plant. Yeah, he's highly depressed. And instead of talking about it being a mental condition like midlife crisis, you could focus, if you wanted, on depression as a biochemical problem, as a medical. Rather, now we're not talking about mental as a medical problem. You know, maybe there's a chemical imbalance. And you know him better than others where his sensitivities are as well. I don't have a problem with you bringing it up, but you don't keep bringing it up. So I don't like the advice that says you are absolutely not allowed to do this, or the advice is don't do these things. The advice is read your situation. You have a clinging boomerang. Clinging boomerangs, they talk to you. They communicate and they have a connection. They communicate in a connected way to you. It's not just yes, no, closed questions, closed answers, closed statements, and we're communicating because we have children and I have to drop them off and pick them up. It is more than that when you have a clinging boomerang. And he is already over there. You're laughing, you're joking, maybe sometimes saying, you know what, this just feels really nice. Thanks for coming over. This feels nice. What is this? Well, he's going to infer what it is. Maybe you have a bigger implication from the context of what you want him to infer. He's going to infer. And just right now, from what we're talking about, this feels nice. I would think about it as this feels nice, us being together. Now, being together didn't say romantically. It just meant I'm feeling comfortable with our family all together. This feels nice. So we don't know what the this means because he'll have to infer that, but just a very neutral this feels nice. Or I'm really enjoying your company. We're trying in this beginning to help him feel safe in your presence so that he wants to continue to be in your presence. Helping him feel safe. The challenge with that is when you don't feel safe. And so that's where healing comes in. We want to heal because healing can help you to feel more safe inside yourself. Like, I know I can survive anyway. I not just survive, but thrive. I'll be fine someday. Now we want him to feel safe. Once you're feeling safe, you're feeling like you're on track toward healing, then you help him feel safe. And I think you can do that. You always step carefully, even if they're steering the conversation to these deeper, more emotional, more personal things. Tread carefully, know what you're getting into. Doesn't mean you don't have to get into it. Then stop. Don't keep doing it. But follow his lead if he leads you there with caution. In other words, you know where you're going. Sometimes you may want to say, I think we should steer out of this. You don't say it to him. Say it in your mind. And sometimes it's okay to keep going. But tiny baby steps you're feeling your way with each step and see where he is. Okay? I hope this is helpful. I will see everybody in the next